It's StatsCan. StatsCan this week said that income inequality in this country has reached a point never seen before since they started measuring it in the history of our country. It's StatsCan who said that 1 in 4 Canadians don't know where their next meals are going to come from. And I think that that's really important because the unemployment rate in this country isn't 25% or 1 in 4. So that means that you have millions of Canadians who are going to work, and in between the shift at their first job and the start of their shift at their second job, they've got to make a stop at the food bank so they can afford to feed themselves and their children. That's life after 9 years of this NDP Liberal Prime Minister. And it's not that they've been spending money to help Canadians get ahead. They've been spending money to make sure that Liberal insiders live large. We saw it with their $60 million Arrive scam. We see it in this case of the $400 million at their green slush fund, Sustainable Development Technologies Canada, which of course, when confronted with the problem, they denied it, and then they folded it only to pull it underneath the industry minister who isn't turning over documents to the police. We saw it when the Prime Minister tried to reward his buddies at the WE organization, Mark and Craig Kielburger. We saw it when he tried to help his friends at SNC Lavalin with a get out of jail free card, and when he got called out by his own Attorney General. How did he treat Ms. Wilson-Raybould, an experienced Crown prosecutor? How did he treat her? He fired her, he threw her under the bus. And when the health minister, an experienced physician, stood up and said what was happening was wrong, what did he do to that second woman in his caucus who spoke out against him? He threw her under the bus too. Because it's all about Liberal insiders. And when he gets a phone call from someone who's getting millions of dollars from his government and says, hey, I've got a big grant that I'm looking for a couple million bucks. Let's talk about it at my island in the Bahamas. Bring the president of the Liberal Party with you. Why don't you do that too? We can have a nice conversation about that together. Free trip for himself. But who's picking up the tab? It's always Canadians who are stuck with the bill when it comes to this Prime Minister who's helping Liberal insiders and his well-connected friends to get ahead.